Rather of being shattered, most individuals stop because they're comfortable. They give up when they're exhausted or bored, but the fact is, no matter how you're feeling, showing up is the only thing that matters to success. The change starts when you push beyond your mind's demands for you to quit and keep going. Just a few seconds from now, you'll have all the knowledge you need to overcome obstacles, quit making excuses, and empower yourself to achieve your goals. It is time to learn how to complete what you start if you are sick of beginning again. Get educated. Your life is at a crossroads, and you must decide whether to keep on or not. Two paths lie before you. One returns you to the familiar, the other to the unknown, where you may find hopes and aspirations unfulfilled, and perhaps a new version of yourself still to be born. Withdrawing is an appealing option, I know. You can feel the familiarity of the road ahead of you. There will be plenty of individuals telling you to remain put if you ask them. People will tell you to be practical and play things safe. Nevertheless, progress does not reside in those places. Rather, it is found on the path ahead. The road that leads to potential, advancement, and greatness is paved with obstacles, lessons, and sometimes even agony. You have always been precisely where every person you have ever looked up to was. They weren't brave or sure. They were just eager to try, to be alone, to keep going even when they were scared. The path to greatness for Abraham Lincoln was winding. Numerous setbacks in business, politics, and life itself defined it. Not only did he lose elections, but he also lost loved ones and employment. Even though he kept hearing no, he refused to let that discouragement define him. The fate of a whole country was determined by his decision to press on. Lincoln has company. There is a path of adversity that leads to prosperity for every individual. Those writers whose works were repeatedly turned down, those business people who declared bankruptcy before establishing their empires, and those sportsmen who trained in secrecy for years before their fame spread. Rather than brilliance or chance, it is choice that distinguishes them, choosing to proceed. Here and now, you have to make the same choice. No matter how challenging things become, you must resolve not to give up. That you would go forth, despite your inner voices telling you to turn back, since the road ahead, steep and rocky as it may be, leads to the life you want. You can't escape the fire. You have to go through it if you want to progress. Leaning into pain, accepting rejection, and getting back up after each setback are all ways to build strength. Embrace pain. It will shape you into a stronger person. It strengthens your strongest qualities while weakening your weakest ones. Now is the time for you. The start of your metamorphosis is here, in difficulty rather than ease, while fighting, not in safety. Pick a choice right now. Choose to stop playing small scale. Make up your mind that you deserve more, that your aspirations are not silly, that your objectives are not too lofty, and that you are not too damaged to achieve them. Instead of more individuals running away, the world needs more people standing up. In spite of your fears, you have an opportunity to ascend right now. Embrace a life that challenges you, but rewards you abundantly, and bid farewell to the one that no longer serves you. Therefore, go on and do it, regardless of how unsteady you feel, how nervous you are, or if no one else believes in you at the moment. Here and now is the moment when everything changes, so take the step. You need to know why you're going ahead in order to establish your mission properly and keep going. Without hesitance, openly, and without a shadow of a doubt. Not in the future, not if, but now. You can't go anywhere without a cause. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the going gets tough. Purpose softly murmurs "go," while the world orders halt. Without it, even the smallest obstacles seem insurmountable. But when your passion is great, you can overcome adversity. Anxiety's pheresis becomes advancement when aim is clear. It provides significance to the offering. It changes adversity into progress. You will be crushed by the road if you do not have a strong why. You will be shaped by the same trip with it. Marching across towns, giving speeches, and facing hostility was not something Martin Luther King Jr. did because it was easy. Doing so was an act of self-determination on his part. His destination was clear to him. He didn't just desire for equality, he lived it. The task seemed daunting. An unwavering determination drove all of his actions and words. That lucidity touched many lives. Because having a purpose in life is infectious, it inspired others. People take note of someone who walks with conviction. Someone is paying attention to them. After that, they come after. You possess that very same ability, but you must identify it before you can harness it. Discover your passions by asking yourself this question: exactly which issue do I feel compelled to address? What kind of mark do I want to make on the world? In what ways do I want to leave my mark on the world? Allow for unfiltered responses. Be authentic with them. Don't be satisfied with aspirations that are too broad or borrowed. Tell the truth. Please be more specific. As soon as you discover the solution, jot it down. On one occasion only. Outside of your head as well. Write it down. By your side. Your notebook. It is abundant wherever you look. Take a break and read it when you're exhausted. Recite that whenever you feel fear rising. If you have any uncertainty, go back to it. You can't get purpose from a single spark. You have to keep the fire going. Purpose is what keeps you going when times are tough. A sense of purpose may keep you going when you feel like giving up. When you're lost, it will guide you. You can rely on it weathering storms. Bravery in the face of adversity. Boosting morale is not the objective here. Determination wanes. Goals remain. Inspiration is strong yet fleeting. Quiet and everlasting is purpose. Give me a definition. Water it. Keep an eye on it. Your mission is more than a declaration. Consider it your compass. That is why your story is important. The purpose for which you were born. It is not to be found in ease. It's found in the times when you doubt everything, yet decide to go on nevertheless. Your whole potential will not be realized unless you understand your life's mission. Your actions will be meaningful only after that. Your deeds will be in harmony with fate only after that. More individuals who do nothing aren't needed in our planet. You need individuals who are passionate about it. People who know what motivates them to get out of bed, battle, and keep going. Therefore, inquire. Investigate deeply. Recognize the reality. And when you do, hold on tight. Until the life you've always dreamed of becomes a reality, let your purpose to propel you ahead, little by little, day by day. Establish specific objectives and checkpoints. Aspirations get form when you set goals. Without them, the minutiae of everyday life drown out even the most audacious dreams. A haphazardly planned dream is like an uncharted ship, forgotten, adrift, and ultimately forgotten. But when you set specific, attainable objectives, you provide your desire with support, structure, and direction. You start to transform potential into certainty. Aspirations are not the same as goals. Your self-promises are these. They are solemn proclamations that you will take charge of your destiny. I hope you won't just sit on your hands and wait. Get ready to move. Things will be constructed by you. One day, you will stand tall. What is achievable when foresight is coupled with accuracy has been shown throughout history. It took more than one jump to place humans on the moon. Though it started with an idea, it came to fruition by the use of concrete, quantifiable measures. Every single one of those calculations, tests, missions, and goals. The path from Earth to the moon was built from these objectives, one by one. You own the very same ability. Commence immediately, rather than postponing it until tomorrow. Not in an ideal world. Now, jot down your objectives, neither in your imagination nor on paper, in a notebook or on a wall. Bring them to life. Draw attention to them. Resist the temptation to settle for wishful thinking or generalizations. Make your wants, needs, and the reasons behind them very obvious. Maintaining a strong connection to your life's purpose while setting and achieving ambitious objectives is essential. You start to see the way forward when you have direction and clarity. You start behaving purposefully. Create smaller, more manageable goals to help you achieve your bigger picture. Simple benchmarks to help you stay rooted and on track. You learn to trust yourself more and more as you accomplish each goal. You start to see that development is real. Little by little, choice by choice, it is coming to pass. Every little win counts. Honor it. Take it as a sign that you are free to go on. Move over. The person you are growing into is changing. This is the process by which change takes place. By no means. By stages. Without disorder. In terms of organization. Do what you need to do when you know what you want. You come to a halt. You begin constructing. You cease to respond. You begin to jump. On certain days, the dream will seem far away, when everything seems to be piling on. In such a situation, your objectives will come to the rescue. They draw you in. They bring back the original motivation. With their help, you have a firm foundation. You don't need to be flawless for this. Being dedicated is key. Getting there is the key. All day long. One after the other. Until the day comes when your reality matches your dreams. Have lofty aspirations. Without fail. Take action every day to solidify that desire. Begin with a little endeavor. Never give up. Keep going. A dream becomes more than just a wish when you set objectives to guide your path. It become your last resting place, not to mention all of your objectives. For every achievement you make, you move with each stride, realizes that vision. Get going right away. Nourish a single objective. One step. Just one step. And so begins the process of making your dreams a reality. Exactly 4. Remain dedicated, in spite of objections. In any endeavor, there is a certain point. In every audacious aspiration. There, people all throughout the globe start to speak up. Caution may be spoken by some. Someone else yells out in shock. The tenor might change. However, the core is unchanged. Not sure. The source of this uncertainty is not always malicious, yet out of terror. Terror at what could be. It concerns the unproven, regarding the unusual. This particular road, however, is it. This wondrous path that culminates in magnificence. Actually, that's not true. Any aspiration may be thwarted by the naysayers and doubters among us. Allow it to happen, however. Leonardo da Vinci, the man who laid the groundwork for contemporary scientific thought, quixotically refused to conform to the accepted norms of his day. The cosmos, as he saw through the telescope, flatly refused to revolve around Earth. His discoveries jeopardized the basis of conventional wisdom. This led to his condemnation. Left out in the cold by those who are too scared to face reality. Still, his dream lived on. After many decades, his detractors are now historical footnotes, but his legacy lives on. Yes, even Albert Einstein resisted with all my might. His theories ruptured the boundaries of accepted knowledge and twisted the fundamentals of physics. Before his ideas were admired, they were mocked. He showed no fear, however. He put more stock in his own well-defined ideas than in the cacophony of his detractors. Even now, nobody pays any attention to the people who made fun of him, but to the genius that changed the course of science irrevocably. We may draw a profoundly basic lesson from their lives. Other people's opinions reveal their own shortcomings. Never mind your abilities. When someone questions your chosen route, it's often because they fail to perceive what you perceive. Their perspective is limited by the constraints of their past, as yours extends further. You give up limitless potential for limited terror if you give in to their skepticism about your aspirations. Consequently, you need to train yourself to distinguish between helpful criticism and negative babble. An individual may hone their fighting skills. The other one is trying to dampen your enthusiasm. Greetings, first-timers. Allow it to hone your skills, bring you clarity on your blind spots, and fortify your determination. Now, about the second one. Set it aside. Let it go like a cloud in the sky, because its goal is not your development, but your capitulation. A supreme act of bravery is perseverance in the face of adversity. Standing tall is a piece of cake when you have the audience behind you. Yet to go even while they chortle. They ridicule, but you must keep creating. In the face of uncertainty, to maintain faith. That is how one becomes determined. That is the mark of an innovator. Their skepticism should serve as a background against which you may shine. Use their skepticism as fuel for your pursuits. They will eventually give in to your findings. Their inquiries will be answered by your progress. Your perseverance will be reflected in your achievements. Comprehend this. There has always been pushback to major reforms. There has never been a revolutionary concept that went unopposed. It is not when people embrace change that it occurs, but rather when someone has the courage to keep trying, even when faced with opposition. Someone like you must exist. Maintain unwavering faith in your goal. Keep it close, not as a shaky faith, but as a holy lamp. Protect it against skepticism and nourish it with faith. Those who had doubts about you will forget their reasons one day. Still, people will think about you. The one who failed to be loyal. The unyielding one. The one who turned hostility into awe. Your strength is in it, and it surpasses the power of any critic's voice. In order to succeed, you must always change and improve. Maybe you pictured a smooth path ahead of you. Simple, straightforward, and simple to understand. However, that is seldom how life works. Unpredictably, it takes unexpected turns and hurls roadblocks at you. And when such times come, life does not favor the inflexible. Being adaptive is the only way to reap its advantages. You should not see adaptability as an unnecessary luxury. This is crucial. It is the key to succeeding while everyone else fails. It is imperative that you adapt to changing market conditions, crumbling plans, and evolving relationships. Good old-fashioned methods may not cut it anymore. Will you adapt or fall behind? That is the question you must ask yourself. Dwight D. Eisenhower served as the United States President during the 34th term. In the conflict, he was more than just a commander. He was a political leader with vision who saw the need of being adaptable strategically. World events were unfolding at a dizzying pace during Mr. Eisenhower's presidency. The escalating nuclear crisis, racial turmoil, the Cold War, and the changing economic climate. He was a moderate and practical leader who did not put party doctrine or military might first. In addition to seeing it as an important national security measure, Mr. Eisenhower led the charge to build the interstate highway system. In a fine balancing act between development and stability, he increased Social Security and preserved New Deal programs while controlling the government budget. Furthermore, he treaded cautiously in the face of McCarthyism's ascent, opting to maintain democratic principles without sowing seeds of discord. The genius of Eisenhower was not in his inflexibility, but in his capacity to adjust American strategy as needed. That kind of movement is something you have to become used to, as is the ability to bend without breaking and to keep moving even when things get tough. Embrace the opportunity to unlearn and relearn. Always be learning something new. Learn new things. Stay away from strategies that aren't working for you anymore. Embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth. Take that as a sign that you need to do a U-turn. Sure, your ideals will serve as your compass. Your approach, however, has to be adaptable. It would be more prudent to choose an alternative route rather than rushing headfirst into a wall. Being able to change direction, adjust, and attack from different angles are signs of true strength. Resilience is often confused with stubbornness. Their stubbornness and intransigence are symbols of their pride. Still, you're an expert. To be flexible is to be strong, and you are aware of this. Intelligence is it. The message is clear. I refuse to be bound to the past. I am dedicated to the final product, not the antiquated process. So, maintain concentration while being adaptable. Life is a series of changing winds. Difficulties will change. Raise and lower your sails. Allow your thoughts to change. Simply put, life will not wait for you. Its motion will be uninterrupted. The only thing you can do is either adapt or be left behind. Feel no dread of transformations. Give in to them. Feel secure as you go into uncharted territory. Your strength is in your capacity to change with the times. That is the thing that will make you stand out. The most resilient people don't always make it in a world like this. People who are open to change are people who are like you. Success, not only survival, awaits you if you can perfect this ability. The future is in your hands. The difficulties you face in life will not crush you. The key to transforming these challenges into opportunities will be you. Sixth, cultivate unwavering confidence. Success rests on a foundation of self-belief. In its absence, progress is shaky. I feel like every obstacle is much heavier than it really is. In its absence, uncertainty sets in, halting development and transforming promise into shame. When you believe in yourself, however, you become unmovable. Your every step is calculated. Your speech exudes certainty. You take decisive action. Difficulties are still there, but you can handle them better now. In fact, they construct you. I am the greatest, Muhammad Ali famously stated. It seemed haughty to a lot of people, but for the perceptive, it was a revelation. Absolute power. That brilliance originates in the mind was something this guy understood long before the rest of society caught on. Neither was he born to be the best. It was his self-confidence that propelled him to greatness. His unwavering faith served as both his shield and his rock both inside and outside of the ring. He remained steadfast in his conviction in himself through every obstacle, battle, and storm. I expect you to do the same. True self-confidence, not a fleeting sense of optimism, but a firm conviction in your abilities and the world you can create. It all starts with what you say. You are aware that your mind is hearing. Whatever you say about yourself, it takes in. Speak dread, and it will multiply. It will rise if you talk firmly. Consistently and regularly, utter words of strength. Believe in yourself. I can do it. I am deserving. With each passing day, my strength grows. This is not due to your acting, but to the fact that you are really maturing. Time shapes reality. Your mind begins to believe your value the more you confirm it. However, you should continue. Establish it for yourself. Reflect on your history. Take stock of the storms you've weathered before. The moments when you were crushed, yet persisted nevertheless. Those times when you really doubted your ability to succeed, yet here you are. Any success, no matter how little, serves as evidence. A demonstration of your abilities. Demonstration of your inner strength. Save those times. Keep in mind their names. Allow them to serve as the bedrock of your self-assurance. Next, let that conviction guide your behavior. Maintain an erect posture, with your shoulders back and your gaze fixed front. Act as if each word matters. Show the world that you're already a winner. The world starts to react when you act in accordance with your beliefs. The doors swing open. Possibilities manifest. Not by chance, but because believing in oneself changes the way things work. No need to wait for approval. You're doing it. You are not requesting authorization. What is already within you is being claimed by you. This is where all the great legends began. It won't be with cheers, on top of natural ability. However, faith. Subdued, steady, and unmovable. Envy is absent here. I am not deluded. In reality, this is the case. Delivered prior to its being apparent. People will question you. You are about to trip. However, you must maintain your belief. Your perseverance, rather than your perfection, is the reason. Make mental preparations. Put energy into it. Eliminate any uncertainty. Make sure that everything you encounter, from words to deeds, supports the person you are becoming into. Recite your triumphs till they come to fruition. In the face of apprehension, fan the flames of faith. If you are determined to keep going, nothing can stop you. Someone who has unwavering faith in their abilities, potential, and mission. They are unstoppable. Try to embody that identity. Foster that conviction, and see how the universe sways to embrace you. Resilience is a powerful tool. Life has a strange way of putting our mettle to the test. Before unleashing its storms on us, it does not seek our consent. Yes, it does. And when it happens, our fate is defined not by the smooth road ahead, but by the strength we muster in the depths of despair. My buddy, this strength is resilience. When everyone else thinks a guy should remain down, there is an unseen power that pushes him up. When you murmur, "Try again," it's from your heart. Quit when failure yells at you. There are many illustrative instances throughout history. Thomas Edison's legacy, however, remains tall and proud. Envision an endless stream of apparently fruitless efforts numbering in the hundreds. Nobody would have taken notice. Those who were critical would have scoffed. Maybe even your closest friends and family members pleaded with you to just quit up. Mr. Edison, however, remained steadfast. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, he saw them as opportunities for growth. A former self-proclaimed failure of his claimed to have accomplished neither. I've just discovered 10,000 ineffective methods. These weren't empty phrases. His screams reflected the wisdom of a man who saw defeat as an opportunity for growth. Mr. Edison did not engage in mindless doggedness. Resilience was the guiding principle. He refrained from cursing the night. The brightness beckoned to him. The fight had no negative effect on him. For him, it was the furnace that produced greatness. Therefore, he eagerly embraced it. Life teaches us the lesson via these kind of guys. To reframe difficulties as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Obstacles are not meant to be punished. This is a preparatory step. We are being shaped by every difficulty we face. The excess is being chipped away by every setback and moment of despair until our inner warrior is revealed. Therefore, take a moment to rest when you're exhausted, when your goals seem far away, and when you feel the burden of the world pressing down on you. Remain steadfast, however. Rather, keep in mind that this is not the last chapter. This is where your personal development starts. In the face of adversity, one may flex their mental, spiritual, and emotional muscles. The times of adversity are when you hone your abilities the most, not when things are going well. In moments of delight, wisdom is not bestowed. It is a reward for persevering through adversity. You need to be prepared for pushback and, even more crucially, honor it, because resilience is built through resistance. We learn to stand up after falling. As we keep getting back up, we eventually become unstoppable. Keep in mind that perseverance does not need flawlessness. This isn't about never losing or having a perfect record. The key is to have the guts to get back up after every single setback. The message is to put faith rather than fear, hope rather than despair, and work rather than indifference. The tough guy doesn't sit around and hope things get easier. Do of the difficulty, he becomes stronger. Allow the world to challenge you. Let it rain whatever it wants. Because every time you get back up off the ground, you are different. Every time you come back, you're better off, in every way. The key lies in that. Adversity always serves as a springboard for greater success. Get back up till getting back up is second nature to you. You will not be discouraged for long by anything, not even life itself. Eighth, turn your thoughts into a masterpiece. Your attitude determines your destiny. Do not mistake this for an ordinary inspirational quote. This is a basic reality of life. Your worldview and the path you take in it are products of the thoughts you cultivate, the beliefs you entertain, and the perspectives you embrace. If you see the world through a negative, limited, and doubtful lens, then every opportunity will seem like a danger. Every obstacle will seem insurmountable. Even the most hopeless situations may start to make sense when seen through the prism of optimism, perseverance, and the conviction that one can always improve. Try to see your thoughts as a garden. Your ideas are the seeds that will grow this garden. You might think of your thinking as the soil where those seeds develop, whether it's good or bad. When you plant seeds of bitterness and dread, you won't harvest flowers. However, if you sow the seeds of bravery, thankfulness, resolve, and optimism in rich, healthy soil, the future flowers you sow will be strong and beautiful. What seeds you choose to sow is entirely up to you. Your capacity to control your thoughts is where your power resides. No matter what happens, you are not helpless. The gardener is you. In your life's field, you get to choose the plants that flourish. Being aware is the first step. Be alert for instances of bad self-teaching. Negative self-talk such as, "I'm not good enough," "This always happens to me," or "I can't do this," does not constitute actuality. These mental routines are like any other habit. It takes work to break them. Pull out a weed every time you catch yourself sowing its seeds. Swap it out for a little hope. "I can" and "I will" should become your mantras. Look, this is a real test for my instructor. Promise that I will get back up on my feet no matter what. These ideas develop into beliefs via repetition, and your actions are based on those beliefs. Think about the lives of all the greats. Neither good fortune nor a lack of adversity distinguishes them. Their thought process is the same. They have instructed their brains to see adversity as a catalyst for development, setbacks as opportunities for learning, and risk-taking as an exciting new experience. By dominating their internal environment, they have prepared themselves to excel in the external world. Get on board with it too. Get your creative juices flowing. Behold the tales of people who persevered and came out on top. Instead of being surrounded by people and things that reflect your past, surround yourself with people and things that represent your future self. You are deserving of love and belief, so be kind to yourself and seek encouragement, just as you would be kind to someone you love. Transform your mind into a powerful friend rather than a formidable adversary. Your mentality determines whether you are swept away or emerge wet but victorious when life's storms come, and they will. Ultimately, what matters most is not the outward manifestation of success. Internal mastery is the primary focus. If you want to know the key to long-term success, it's this. They aren't content to just establish families, empires, or enterprises. They construct strongholds inside. They learn to be calm in the midst of storms, clear when things are murky, and brave when faced with terror. They are able to progress despite the challenges they face because of the way they see the world. Act now to get mastery over your thoughts. Instead than sitting around hoping things will change, try adjusting your ideas. Get started making instead than just responding. Make a difference instead of just hoping. Put your faith in God instead of your skepticism. This change won't happen magically. Rather, it is a process that becomes stronger with each passing day as you become more conscious of your actions and the consequences of your choices. Additionally, you will soon see that the environment around you is starting to mirror the inner strength you have been cultivating. Problems are not gone, but you may change them for the better if you learn to control your thoughts. You convert hurdles become opportunities. You transform obstacles into opportunities for even greater triumph. Stop asking about why me, and begin proclaiming, observe me. Because nothing is impossible when the mind is strong and the spirit is concentrated. Your future garden is here, just waiting for you. Today, what kind of seeds do you intend to sow? Aims without implementation are meaningless. All the inspiration in the world won't help if you don't take any action, no matter how clear your vision or how meticulous your strategy is. Just thinking, imagining, or intending does not get you anywhere in this life. Those that do are rewarded. They are the ones that get out of bed every day, not just with a goal in mind, but also with a plan to achieve it. Failure is not life's worst tragedy. I wish I had given it a go sooner. It is the void left by a book never written, a song never performed, or a company never established. Criticism and the passage of time do not extinguish dreams. Years of anxiety and postponement have submerged them. You have to realize that the people who really achieve their goals are the ones that get up and do it, even when faced with obstacles, doubt, or fear. Starting anything new is never easy. Perhaps it's awkward. Sure, it may be little. The only determinant between potential and development, however, is this. If you aren't ready to take action right this second, your vision will never materialize. You can start ascending even if you can't see the whole staircase. You shouldn't wait until everything is perfect before relocating. Use what you have to start. Try your best. Find a place to start, because momentum starts the second you start. Motive isn't as potent as momentum, however. Moves motivate moves. Change leads to change. The road starts to become clear as you take baby steps. Confidence is built via action. Your mind learns that you are competent with each job you do, no matter how minor. In order to overcome obstacles, you must develop your soul. You demonstrate your fear by not letting it rule you. The foundation of your success is established with each step you take. Not because things become easier, but because you get stronger. The more you do, the more proficient you get. Your life will not be transformed by the infrequent surge of energy. What matters most is the persistent, intentional work you put in on a daily basis. Big shows do not reveal greatness. It lies dormant in the methodical, dogged pursuit of an objective. Who you become is defined by your repeated actions. Take swift action. Forget about finding the ideal moment. It is non-existent. Nobody can guarantee perfect conditions. There will never be a moment when time stands still for you to be completely prepared. However, being prepared is not necessary for action. Dedication is. Take a risk, I believe. This is what motivates people to take action. Our journey to success starts not when other people have faith in us, but when we have faith in ourselves to take action, and that faith strengthens with each stride we make. Get back up if you fall. Gain knowledge from your mistakes. When in doubt, take action nevertheless. Until you make a change, nothing will change. You must infuse life into your dreams for them to exist. Keep this fact in mind. Make your decision now, and your future will be defined by it. Tomorrow is not going to work. In the future, no. Present day. The universe you'll inhabit in the future is determined by the choices you make, the work you do, and the actions you perform right now. Therefore, initiate that action. Decide on it. Put pen to paper. Initiate that undertaking. Go off on your adventure. And keep going even after you've started. Keep going. Continue constructing. Carry on with your actions. Simply said, your legacy is defined by the deeds you performed, not by the